Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene, as always. Today we are going to be discussing the Liberian government, the new government, the government of President Joseph Numa Boakai. We are going to be discussing the performance of the government. Are you satisfied with the first week of the government performance? We always start to rate government from day one, especially the president. And most presidential candidates, they always embark on promises and other things, promising that what they will do on day one. Anyway, before we jump into any conversation, let's see if we can bring Maybon and the crew in from Liberia. Maybon, can you turn the video off, please? Because the people always put us in trouble that we're doing copyright infringement on YouTube.
Back and I don't like that. So I don't know, but yes. So you getting me?
I can hear you very loud and clear. How are you?
That's just magnificent. I'm doing good. Thank God for life. And how are you also?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. And how is Liberia? Before we dive into any conversation, how is Liberia and how's everything going?
Okay, so thank you for that wonderful question. And in fact, we are moving very strong. We are moving good. Everything here in Liberia, or if I say back home, is good. We're moving very strong. And maybe we'll delve into the conversation that I will give you all the happening. But for now on, we're moving very strong.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So yeah, before we dive into the conversation, we were asking whether or not people are satisfied with the first 1 week of President Joseph Numa Boakai's performance. For all indication, I know people will have something to say, good or bad, or in the middle. But yes, indeed, I believe people will have something to say about it, whether positive, negative. I believe there's no shortage of something to say, especially once it has to do with government. You will always see people who are satisfied, who are happy, and there will be people who are not satisfied and not happy at all. But yes, before we dive into the conversation, I just want to take this time to say hi to a few people. Toby Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Yan Boy Yang, welcome to SKTV. Milton Gorginian, welcome to SKTV. Rachel Richardson, welcome to SKTV. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us this time, and want to encourage all of you to go ahead and share the show. Tracy Vincent, welcome to SKTV. Go Blazo. Zole Wesley, welcome to SKTV. This time around, I'm now running behind because as people join, we seeing them, especially those who can write something. Yeah, I want to say welcome to all of you. So maybe while we, waiting our people to jump in, I will be, recognizing a few people down the line. If possible, I will actually do as much as I can. Mo Connor, welcome to SKTV from Okay, I think that person was somewhere in Ostigo. I don't know, that is in Europe or that is the one in New York. Valentine Precious, welcome to SKTV. So, Mabel, what is going on right now politically in Liberia? I know we had some confirmation going on today, and I believe some people have already been confirmed. And in our studio here, we have video of some of the confirmation that we will be able to play down the line. But yes, it's good to be here. And we want to take this time to welcome everybody once again. Please share the show. We have a lot to talk about today, as always. So, Melbourne, what is going on in Liberia? Tell us.
Thank you so much, Sekou, and to our. Let me just say this to all of our listeners. Thank you so much for always burning your batteries and all your data, especially for our people right there in Maryland County, Lofa, and that Grand came out, Riverside, Sano, Grand Coup, and other River G. Let me say good evening to all of you. I know right now you are leaving from your farm, or maybe you are preparing yourself to leave for your farm. Thank you so much for always following the SKTV right there on Truth FM. Thank you so much. Yeah, so in this Sekou, there are a lot of things happening, and thank you so much also for bringing that up. In fact, yes, on today, the Senate or the House of the Senate, on today, they are having some of our nominees, that is, some of our officials that were designated by the president, Honorable Joseph Yima Boakai, on today, including the education minister and the rest of the team. On today, they were had a chamber, or they were at the House of the Senate on the hearing. And yes, like you were saying, some of them, what I would like it or not, they will be confirmed. But there are a lot of questions that were asked on their competencies, or whether they are capable to do the work or not. But howbeit, indeed, Liberia is good. We are moving very freely. We are moving good. Everything here back home is okay, apart from what happened on yesterday with the president when it comes to the security that were widely discussed on today. People are giving their own views on what happened on yesterday, even though the suspect or the person or the individual came up to say yes, indeed, he was the one that interfered into the security activities one can we. And at the end of the day, we're still waiting for the investigation. We're hearing that indeed there's investigation that is that is set up or ongoing on what happened on yesterday. But apart from that, politically, I think there are a lot of things ongoing. People are giving their own views when it comes to the SONA or the State of the Nation address. And, up to now, people are still giving their own diverse views as to what they made of what happened. So, Sekou and the rest of the team, these are happening. But howbeit, we are good. We are moving very strong, and everything is good from our end here in Liberia.
Thank you very, very much. And some of the important issues that you mentioned, we're going to be talking about some of them. And that's why the question is very, very, very open. Are you satisfied with JNB first week performance? If you are satisfied, tell us why. If you are not, tell us why. So it's important that you share the show today, because I know Liberian people, the reaction from the Liberian people want to hear it. If you are JNB supporter, we expect your reaction. If you are not JNB supporter, we expect your reaction. We want to know what's going on. We want to know how the Liberian people thinking right now. And mind you, Joseph Nima was elected by the Liberian people. Majority of the voters voted for Joseph Nima to be the president, even though it's not a very big majority, but it was enough to put him over the top. And he is now our president. So it is our responsibility to hold him accountable for every step of the way. We say it was premature, it was too soon, the man was not in office yet, you give the man a chance, that the man start working. The man has started. The man has started working, and the man is the president of the Republic of Liberia, and the man already spoke to the Liberian people and told the Liberian people what he would do, how he would do it. So during his first ever State of Nation address, he made some news. He said a lot. And there were a lot of things too that he left out. So all of those things are included in your opinion of rating the president first week performance. Whatever you think is important, we want to know. But maybe in the meantime, let me just recognize a few people, and then we will go to the musical break because people are not sharing the show. And me, I don't like that. Or when we come here, you share the show.
Myself, yeah.
Zola Wesley, where are you? You always say that your job there to share the show. And you better share the show. Zola Wesley, welcome to SKTV. Mo Connor from Minnesota, welcome to SKTV. Tawanda T, welcome to SKTV. Jim David. Boy UJ, welcome to SKTV. Morris AM Jabate. Watching from Blagina, yeah, that's
Ghana's VN.
That's Pinsville.
Yes, indeed, Ghana's VN, right there.
That's Pinsville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know, I know the area. I used to live there, right by Blagina area. And you know, there's an area right opposite Blagina on the other side. Now they not make it so kind of parking. I used to right by Fafini Kamara House. I used to live there.
Oh wow!
For a very long time.
There's a Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, I used to live right there.
Okay.
Yeah, the gas station that was there, we owned that gas station back then. But now I think they made the place now so gonna truck parking or whatever for people traveling outside of Monrovia. Yeah, so let's do this. Tracy Vincent. Oh, Moses, my man, what's going on, man?
Yeah, Moses is asking.
Waiting for you, man. Waiting for you. Moses, welcome. Boston Gaylor, welcome to SKTV. Helen Kakula, welcome to SKTV. Mavina T.K., welcome to SKTV. Asata Dosen, welcome to SKTV. King Ashford Right, welcome to SKTV. Zuli says she already shared the show, but you got to share. Everybody got to share the show.
Yeah, man, I got to share.
The show. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome to SKTV. Isaac Rui, welcome to SKTV. Randolph Perry, welcome to SKTV. Joseph Hoffman, welcome to SKTV. Wilson Gapper, welcome to SKTV. So, Melbourne, let's play this song here. SKTV song. Me, I love it. People love it. Let's play for just 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. It doesn't go too far. That song is good because I want to take that time to share the show. The people there, when they can hear, they can refuse to share the show. They don't want us to start giving them the news, giving them all the information just like that. And today we have some fundraiser to do, but we'll announce it later on. We have a lot of people here. We need 2 stuff, right? Well, 3 things. We need computer, we need 2 cell phones in Liberia. So if you have them in Liberia there, you don't have to give us money. Just let us know who can pick them up. We need 2 cell phones ASAP. Very, very important for our reporters. And if you don't have it, you can contribute to us here. And then we will try to get them over there as soon as possible. We need it. But we want to encourage all of you to share the show while we ourselves share the show.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the promise of death. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical healthy
Master.
Clé Paris ou avec you I can't ask it if you been you C'est ma chenille Tina ke ase ma yamu Engi sano muni Temu aye yo Engi lofa mui Temu aye yo What is that?
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, esta tiki, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandpa to Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the promise of death. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical healthy
Master.
Clé Paris ou avec you I can't ask it if you been you C'est ma chenille Tina ke ase ma yamu Engi sano muni Temu aye yo Engi lofa mui
SKTV, the best in Liberia, SKTV, the best in Africa, and indeed SKTV, the best in the world. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV once again. Melbourne, thank you for the time, and thank you to the entire crew there in Liberia. To those of you who share the show, I want to say thank you. If you haven't done so, I want to say thank you. So we have some of the video here. And let me make this disclaimer. We did not do this video. It's from our sister network. So we're going to play the video. Maybe you might hear somebody else's voice that is not SKTV. It means that we are playing these videos that are already on Facebook, recorded by different network. So we just want to make sure we will let you know on that. But yes, let's get this thing going right here. We'll listen to a piece of it, and then we'll discuss it, in case you miss it. In case you miss this, listen to this.
Presentation. I am Boyma S. Kamar, Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Listen.
My name is James Dobo Jala. I'm the Commissioner General Designate for the Liberia Revenue Authority.
Beginning with the Senator's introduction, I'm Senator Prince Kemuboy of Bon County.
Chairman of the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, Development Planning.
I'm Creighton Coleman Tompkins, Senator of Sino County, co-chairman on the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and the Budget.
Senator Francis said he was second. Representative Richardson. I'll go to the chair.
Dave Level Brown, representing Maryland County on this committee.
Chair, let's start out.
Senator Todd Joseph, representing Mozzarella on the committee.
Senator Wesley Milton Kinley, Grandmaster County.
Senator Augustine Chair, Science County.
Thank you, colleagues. So we'll ask our colleagues, Senator Jobo, to read what we have agreed on as our working tools to guide this hearing. Senator Jobo.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, distinguished senators. The nominee will be given each 15 minutes to make a presentation to the committee. And after that, each senator will be given 5 minutes to interact with the nominee at the time. 5 minutes. And and then we will take 5 questions each are concerned from the public for each of the nominees, and that those concerns will be written and given to the sergeant and we send to the chairman things to have the public interaction in the process. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable, for that piece of work that's done. So with that said, we will now take the Minister Destiny, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Oh, sorry, thank you. That's why we will have 4 heads in the room. No, yeah, you should do your opening statement and then do the presentation.
Well, thank you, colleagues, for being present. Mr. nominee of the Ministry of Finance, and also Honorable Jala, the nominee for LRF. We'd like to welcome you to this chamber of the Senate and to this committee. All eyes are on you because the position that you get nominated for is very key in our country. We are at this transitioning period, and our people are waiting to be paid, and the entire country is looking at the two of them.
Yeah. What
Sergeant, please restore order. Please restore order. Sergeant.
I think the nomination control. They don't have control. They are on our
should be under control. No, you should be under control. Okay, thank you.
Co-chair, you proceed.
Thank you, colleagues. As I was saying, is that at this time in this transitioning period, the entire country is paused looking at the two of you because you, Jala, is responsible to generate the funding that will help our country to sustain itself. And the Honorable nominee, Mr. Kamara, the thing I want to say to you is that this committee has a high degree of respect for you. We know that your presence here with us is not about your qualification. It's about the policy in which we would like to understand on how you will run the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Development that will change the way things have been run in that ministry. So we'd like to welcome all of you and feel relaxed and let us proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Co-chair. We will now have the sergeant to put the nominees on a hold before their presentation.
I, William Kamar, Minister of Destiny, Ministry of Finance and Development.
A bona fide citizen of the Republic of Liberia.
A bona fide citizen of the Republic of Liberia.
Do hereby swear
Do hereby swear
that the testimony I'm about to give
that the testimony I'm about to give
to my recollection
and to my recollections
is the truth,
is the truth
nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Swear, Kevin. Witnesses on the stand are qualified.
Thank you.
With the oath being administered, we now take the 15-minute presentation on the Minister of Destiny, Minister of Finance and Development Plan.
Distinguished Chair and honorable members of the Senate Ways, Means, Finance, and Budget Committee, all the distinguished senators and members of the legislature, my family, friends, and well-wishers, members of the press, people of Liberia, ladies and gentlemen. We are grateful to our Lord Yeshua HaMashiach for the gift of life. Let me first extend sincere thanks and appreciation to His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boyka for the trust and confidence reposed in us to manage our nation's finances. We would like to assure the President that upon confirmation, we will serve our country as servant enablers of prudent fiscal management underlaid by the spirit of teamwork. We also extend profound thanks to this honorable committee and the entire Senate for the opportunity to appear before this august body for confirmation year. Distinguished senators, our years of service to our nation has been and will always continue to be characterized by the fear of God, unfettered love for the motherland, and respect for all people marked by tolerance and humility. Honorable senators, Special recognition goes to my wife, Anthony Nadia Satus, sitting on my far left, Kamara, and children who have been the pillar and source of strength in everything I do. Indeed, a blessing and a rare find. The Lord has gifted us with 5 beautiful children. We come to this call with over 22 years of work experience both at home and abroad, dealing with monetary, fiscal, development planning, and innovative financing for health issues at regional and continental levels. At the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNEP, West Africa Regional Office, we help to implement, monitor, and evaluate the report on the Agenda 2030 and African Union 2063 in West Africa, assisted with the formulation of ECOWAS Vision 2050 framework document, supported the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, CFTA, in the West Africa region, and also coordinated impact assessment of COVID-19 and recovery response, among others. Our task at the African Union Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, included focusing on the facilitation of partnerships between the Africa CDC and finance and economic planning communities, developing strategy and identifying the best practices to engage relevant stakeholders, to leverage financing for health, supporting the health economics and financing program of the Africa CDC, to develop context relevant to health financing mechanism to boost investment in public health. As we seek to build a vibrant economy that is inclusive and where jobs are sustainable, the time for all Liberians to put our nation first is now. We must confront and meet the foe with valor unpretending. The main reason for our economic backwardness is the old economic model, which relies mainly on exploitation of raw materials, especially iron ore, rubber, and other minerals, with limited emphasis on economic diversification, which usually paves the way for industrialization of an economy. We must be intentional about innovation and thinking outside the box. And outside the box thinking, for example, should consider the Liberia's program with the IMF should be one that should go side by side with a robust, coordinated, and integrated framework that maps out where resources are to be spent for optimal results. The new economic model that should resonate with all Liberians, especially policymakers, can be coined in the slogan "Made in Liberia," a commitment, by giving the private sector center stage in policy decision making as the engine for growth and development. The time has come to move away from government being the largest employer to the private sector as the anchor for sustainable job creation. Government's policy should intentionally support domestic value addition, with Liberian entrepreneurs leading the charge. In this regard, the government should work with our development partners to ensure that development assistance be aligned with our national development plan. A big thank you to our development partners for the continued support to the government and our people. Tangible investment largely in agriculture value chain, where smallholders are supported smartly, will be a good start. This is the soft side from my perspective. The heavy lifting of Liberia's structural transformation can only be guaranteed when most of the borrowing go towards addressing the binding constraints, which includes high cost of electricity and limited paved roads, especially along the growth corridors, and strengthening the financial system for more support to development projects. The absence of a capital market in Liberia is another problem, raising needed capital for development, something which requires more by the government.
Mabon, can you hear me? Mabon, we good? So for me personally, it's kind of a little bit boring for me. And, you know, reading biography and other, history about the personal life may be good, but for me, it's kind of boring, to be honest. I think we all know who Bama Kamara is. This is not his first time serving. He served as
Good. I like the word I just used. It's not the first time. So Liberian already know.
People know him already. So all the other thing there, going to a personal life and
all the kind of
all the rigmarole for me is kind of boring.
Way about story, sometimes, yeah, man.
So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for following SKTV. I want to encourage all of you to share the show. So the quick announcement that we have to make, I will make it now. We'll also make it later on. We're trying to raise funds today for 3 material we're trying to get. If you're in Liberia, you have it. Or even you're in America here, you have it. You have the material, we will like it. We need 2 cell phones and a laptop. It doesn't matter what kind of laptop, whether it's Apple would be preferable, but whatever laptop you have.
Yes, we don't want to stress them with that need your call, when you say Apple or maybe Apple.
No, I said Apple computer, Apple laptop or Apple is preferable. But whatever we can get, we'll take it. And besides that, we need 2 cell phones. Yeah, right now we need it. So if you can help us raise funds to buy it, or you can even buy a phone right there in Liberia, then let us know who can go pick it up.
Sometimes there are some Google phones, smartphones.
Yeah. So it's good. Whatever it is, just make sure you help us get it. So again, with that announcement, maybe we still have some positions left. But Liberian people are concerned about the way things been trending, from the start. Especially on day one, the very first day, President Joseph Nyimabwaga was inducted into office, where he took his oath of office. He fell off, and that kind of ruined the whole first day of his presidency, and that will go in history as a president who fell off the stage during his inauguration, a president who could not end his inaugural speech, that he fell off. Even though people are giving different reasons, but the bottom line is he fell off and he did not complete his speech.
Indeed.
So you can attach a different connotation to it. That is up to you. That's history. And just a few days ago, you also had the opportunity to address the Liberian people. Traditionally, our presidents, they take over, even they're already in the presidency, they are required to give the state the status of our country. That's what they call it, the state of the nation. Telling the people what's going on in our country and what is the status of our country, be it economic, social, or anything that that's going on in our country, whether security,
yeah.
economy, social, anything that pertains to the country. You give him report, you come and report to the people. He did that. Also, on day one, the little boy guy should have at least been able to appoint cabinets to form his government. That's why when you are elected, you are given time to form your government. Imagine the election was when?
The one of between November 14, right?
November. The
Yes.
one was on November 14.
Yes,
So
it did.
November 14.
So from November 14 to December 14, that 1 month.
1 month.
From December 14 to January 14, 2 months.
That 2 months.
So what you are doing?
So that means Joseph Boakai had enough time to form his government. And according to his people, he was not sick, nothing wrong with him, everything was okay with him, but yet he could not form his government, even 30% of his government on day one. We are here to rate him with his performance. He was elected, you know that he's the president. 2 months later, he still was unable to get,
so that means
a functioning government.
Yeah. So I mean, quickly, if up to now you haven't yet, or maybe you have your final minister, that means it's civil servant, they may not take pay up to maybe 1 or 2 months.
It means that at least George Weah was in power from that time up to the inauguration. At the same time, George Weah government was working alongside Boakai government. So the government shouldn't have stopped. That's why we say government is continuity. The minute that 12 p.m., by the time the government is turned over to Joseph Boakai, the job continues. But then, what happened?
So, a second, Segu. So, are you telling me that the system should have been active, no matter who is taking over from who, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who take over from who.
I like
the
that.
government
But
should,
yeah,
the
I
government
like
should
that.
just continue, not even 1 second. That's why the Constitution requires those who were government appointees, they will consider their position resign, but then the principal deputy will all resign, right? But the highest officer of the civil servant, that position is not.
All right.
So
we're going to go for the news bulletin and we'll join you.
Yeah, just give us a signal whenever you guys done with the news bulletin. So again, we expected Joseph Nima Boakai to actually be able to form a government right on the 22nd when he was inaugurated, because they had all the time in the world. In fact, you have more than 6 years to know if you get the presidency, the kind of government you're going to have, the kind of people you're going to bring closer, who's going to be who. And down the line, there will be people that you're going to disagree with. There will be people that you will not trust. But after winning the election, you have all the time in the world. Have all the time in the world to make sure that you put everything in the right place and start the government right away. But if George Weah could do better than Joseph Nima Boakai in terms of having a functioning government on day one, in terms of appointing at least 30 or 40% of presidential appointees on day one, that is a disgrace. That does not represent what we have been told. The man with all the wisdom, with all the knowledge, with all the experience in governance is behaving like a rookie, like somebody who never been closer to power or who does not know how government functions, how government works. I think at this point, Liberia just wasted a whole month without revenue collection. And do you know that there are a lot of ministries and agencies that have no directors to sign off on documents? Most of the area right now, nobody there. The ordinary people, the civil servants are going to work, but the person that's going to sign the document to get something in, they're not there. So it seems like Joseph Boakai was not ready, or his government, they never expected to win the election, to have been able to get their people ready. And one of the reasons why they continue to struggle is that they fight for position. They fight for position. And the man is not decisive enough to be able to look into the faces of the people, tell them no. Some of the delay came from people like Prince Johnson there.
We must know what we want.
No.
Agree on what we.
Let me see this. We don't want to really be bothered with that right now. So some of the delay came from Prince Johnson and others who disagree with some of the listing that came from the president. So if you remember, Jonathan Massaquoi was the first choice of Joseph Boakai to be the Minister of Justice. And his name was removed. And Prince Johnson's choice of candidate to be the Minister of Justice was sent, and that was announced by Joseph Boakai. So pretty much, most of the names so far that we are seeing are somehow coming from Prince Moi or Prince Johnson, recommended by either Prince Johnson or Prince Moi, the senator of Bon County, who is also the chair on Ways and Means and Finance in the Senate. So, going back to some of these confirmations, do you think all of the appointees or nominees will be confirmed? I don't think so. If the senators are working for the Liberian people, if they do their due diligence, if they are focused, if they go by the law, by the Constitution, there are most of the senators. I mean, there are some of the appointees that are not supposed to be confirmed. But again, that Liberia, In Liberia, people are now confirmed based on qualification. People are now confirmed based on competency. It's about who know you. It's about connection. It's about the president twisting arms to make sure his nominees go through. Speaking of nominees, that brings me to the importance of the Ministry of Justice. For Kupo Kra to be nominated as Liberia's Minister of Justice, it will take Liberia backward. It will put her in a very bad position as a country. It will diminish our prestige with the outside world. It will also make our country vulnerable. So, Prince Johnson's nominees who is also one of the people who were there, who were part of the murder of President Doe on camera, is going to expose Liberia to the outside world as a bunch of unserious people. You remember when the United States frowns on having Prince Johnson as chairman on the Armed Services Committee and Security, he was forced to resign the position. To me, voting the same Senate that Prince Johnson was stopped from serving as the chairperson of the Armed Forces or of the Armed Services Committee and National Security, for the same Prince Johnson to be voted by the same Senate right now to serve as deputy on that same position, it speaks volume as to what kind of Senate we have. And it also send a message to the United States to say, well, you pressurize George Weah not to do certain thing, but we don't care. We care less about you. We care less about your national security interest, and we don't care about the repercussion of our action. We care less. President Monk, welcome, my man. How you doing?
Yeah, what's up, Sekou, and what's up to the listening audience? As usual, another beautiful day. It's so bright and sunny in Minnesota. You know the SKTV song? I listen to it, but today was my first experience blasting in the car, and it just sounds so different when you're playing from the car. I mean, I was like, wow, I was enjoying that. Like, I haven't been following the wordings in the song, but today I got to really listen to the entirety of the SKTV song. It just so off the chain, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, myself too. When I listened to it the other day, listening to it, over the computer is different. But when I listened to it the other day with my AirPod on, that gives little more bass.
A whole different experience.
It's really, really good. It's sweet. I enjoy it. So, Monk, we were discussing the confirmation hearing. I know you follow some of it, or maybe not. But what do you make of the fact that this guy who was nominated by Senator Prince Johnson. As one of our majority of the nominees right now, based on our own assessment, it seems like they are coming from either Senator Prince Moi or Senator Prince Johnson. Those people who were campaign manager and also one of the key players in Prince Johnson of the campaign of the rescue team. And the rest of the nomination are now being outsourced to other senators. So is Joseph Boakai really working?
Well, Circle, that bro situation is very complicated. For me, I'm not interested in the guys that have been nominated to those posts. I'm looking at the people themselves that are going to be doing the confirmation. And at a certain point in time, I think the US government, in as much as it's very difficult to say, they will have to pull their support from like bro, because the country ourselves, we're not just serious. And I don't know why they will be putting up on a pedestal in terms of economic support when the people themselves are not even up to the task. If you look at the Senate and you see the Alex Tyler back, the Edwin Snow is there, and all the corrupt guys, even the Fonanti Kofa with a sketchy record as well. He's the speaker. Look at the leg of Thomas Fowler. Today, or Jeremiah Cohn, that is on the list of Transparency International, he's the vice president. And these guys were elected into office. You see a guy like McGill and a Bill Twary. Why is sales about the country? They never walk over there. They never walk into offices. It were the people themselves that voted these guys back into power. So if the group that is going to be confirming also got questionable background and past, why would I want to hold people who have been nominated in the executive to a higher standard? The voters are not ready. The country is not ready. A corrupt group of criminals are back in power. They just flip position, change labels. It's the same old thing. So at a certain point in time, you'll be like, you know what? The American government, in as much as they want to be supportive, the people themselves, that's what we call democracy, is the will of the people. It means that they're not even inclined to seeing a better Liberia or to do the right thing when it comes to elections. So it's going to be the same 6 and 7. Now, if the senators are corrupt, why make you think they will want to hold people in the executive to account? It's not going to happen because there's no moral standard. Which standard are you going to use to hold other folks in the executive or in the legislative branch of government? Which standard? It's almost impossible.
So speaking of the people making the confirmation, the committee on finance, ways and means in finance. It looks like let me see. Maybe we good? It looks like Mayborn is ready. I'm not sure. Mayborn, give me a signal when you're ready. You know, if you look at the introduction of people, on the committee on ways and means in finance, I saw Alex Tyler, I saw McGay, I saw Edwin Snow, people that were sanctioned for corruption, people that are noted for corruption. I think Emmanuel Nuka is also there. Let me go back to it. Let's just play that part with the introduction of the Senate members of the committee of ways and means in finance. Let's just play that part so you can know exactly what we are talking about here. Look at the members of the Senate, people that are there. You're listening. The first, that other person before Maggie. Now who? You listen to this, man. So, any snow? How about you?
There was no sound, Seku. That particular clip you just played, there was no sound.
No sound?
Yeah.
What?
After
Okay, hold on.
You have
Everybody
to
say no sound?
Yeah. You have to replay that whole clip.
Oh, okay.
If not, please check Seku.
You say no sound? Please let us know, man. You say no sound?
Yes, indeed. There's no sound from that video. I don't know what happened, but howbeit, check the video.
No. We got to check the video right now.
Yes, indeed. We're not getting any sound.
Let's do this. Let's make sure we are the sound. Okay, I see why. I muted it from this side.
Because
the video is not muted, but I muted it from this side because
back to back.
Oh my God, I apologize. So yes, you guys should be able to hear it now.
James Jala.
Can you guys hear now?
Yes.
I am Boyma S. Kamar, Minister of Finance and Development Planning.
My name is James Jala. I'm the Commissioner General Designate for the Liberia Revenue Authority.
Beginning with the Senator's introduction, I'm Senator Prince Kemumoy of Bon County, Chairman of the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, Development Planning.
I'm Creighton Coleman Pumpkin, Senator of Sino County, co-chairman on the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and the Budget.
Senator Prentice said it was second, Representative Richardson. Albert Wetcher.
You can see Maggie face in the thing.
Dave Level Brown, representing Maryland County on this committee. Chair, let's start out.
Senator Todd Joseph, representing Mozzarella on the committee.
So money eat on it.
Senator Austin Chair.
Thank you, colleagues.
So I want to stop there to say what I wanted to say. If you look at the members of this committee, from Abochie is sanctioned for corruption. He's accused of corruption. Nathaniel McGill is sanctioned for corruption. He's on that committee. He's on that committee. Edwin Snow is corrupt. He's one of the most corrupt human beings in Liberia. He's on that committee. Ellis Talon, Corruption King Kong, is on that committee. Hey, Liberia, what did we do to God to deserve this? So money vampire. And imagine all of these guys who not only they are corrupt, they are sanctioned, some of these guys are sanctioned by American government, but Liberian people themselves know that these people are corrupt people. How about Chie, who just got sanctioned? He's on the committee. Maggie is standing there. You can see Maggie face. You can see the guilt in his face. Maggie is there. Ellis said, I don't want to call you, but they want to come out to go on here. The man you want to be taking a team behind the scene, but the man got to be on camera. Yeah. Where Maggie then going to say no? Where who Ellis is going to reject for corruption? Who Ellis Snowden going to reject for corruption? No disrespect to these people because they were elected by their people. But it just tells you that Liberia is not ready. We're going to scrutinize those who are being confirmed, but people confirming them, are they really qualified to even be a senator or to even be on a committee? Because it's one thing for them to be elected by their people, but to serve on committee, ways and means and finance, money eating area, and they're all accused of corruption, being corrupt. Welcome, Steve. I just wanted to point that part. All the people then that are in that committee, majority of them are Prince Moy himself. All the stealing that happened under Jowia government, Prince Moy was part of it. Everything Baba Chima is accused of, Prince Moy was his principal deputy. Prince Moy says corrupt. So who is actually running the show in Liberia? What is going on, Steve? How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Cannon. Good afternoon to our viewers and our listeners. Mark, what's up? Milborn, what's going on, my man? Folks,
okay.
Welcome to FTV. Today another edition. We we have a lot to talk about. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, but the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Cannon, in as much as we are laughing, we're joking. When I saw the makeup of those who, and they strategically put it towards they strategically put it towards finance and all these things, because they know exactly who the players are. How long Edwin Snow been around?
Forever.
How long Prince Moy been around? You know what's interesting? Look, when we say people get very well, success are not coincidental, or they're not coincidence. You don't become successful by coincidence. Imagine a sanctioned senator in McGill is the chairman for education, and you expect education to go anywhere? You're serious in our country. We're not ready yet. The country is doomed. No swear beyond Labrador. We made a deliberate effort to be where we are today. And for us to get from there, no prayer will move from there, no fasting will move from there, no speaking in tongues will move from there, and no taking days and going for put a lay or no holy oil will take us from there. We got to be deliberate to remove those criminals and those crooks that we put on there. This is troubling. This is troubling for us as a nation. It's troubling. Mr. Kana, you were asking about the first 7 days of President Joseph Yuma Boakai. You were asking about his first 7 days, or maybe the first week since he got inaugurated. Let me give my take on it. First thing I want to start off by saying that, and I want to be emphatically clear on this. I want to start off by saying that whatever incident that happened yesterday at the university, with that individual trying to put a chokehold on the president is despicable, but it's also even unfortunate that we have not heard from EPS. I don't know if they released any statement about it. I don't know if they say anything about it. It's troubling. Let's disagree on policies. Let's disagree on the issue. but nobody should put a hand on anybody. Nobody, especially the president. This is unprecedented. It's unheard of, and the president just walk free. And from what we are hearing, the man identify himself and all. He identify who he is. Basically, his identity is not hidden. And this guy has not been arrested. This guy has not been questioned. Nothing has happened up until today. This is not a good sign for us. Again, like I said, say what you want to say about us on SKTV. Wherever the truth is, we'll talk about it. Joseph Boakai being attacked yesterday was wrong. It is wrong. It should have never happened. It shouldn't happen. Nobody should put a hand on another person. Talk more of the president. Mr. Connor, you're muted.
Yeah, it was not an attack. Nobody attacked Joseph Boakai.
Let me just add up to go quickly.
Nobody attacked Joseph Boakai.
No.
If this was an attack, they told yeah, they got denied attacking. Nobody attacked Joseph Boakai. Nobody put him on Joseph Boakai.
No, nobody attacked him.
That's why people. So nobody put him on Joseph Boakai. You know me, I've been very, very,
Let's go back.
Joseph Boakai, but nobody put him on him.
No.
People that went to go hug the man and they let the man go. So nothing wrong happened. They happy with him.
No, something wrong happened. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
It's acceptable by the president and his entourage. Why is the president happy? I would say they're happy with it. It's not a problem. It would be a problem if it poses any danger to the president. But if they are embracing the art, they are supportive of the art, they don't have problem with it. Why would you have problem? Why would you move when they believe?
No. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It
what is unacceptable? No one will hug the president. Hugging the president is unacceptable.
Well, let's be clear.
I didn't know you love JNB like that. No one will hug the man. I don't have a problem with it.
No. This was wrong, and something should be done about it. The person in question should be arrested.
For what?
And Mr. Kana, what are you talking about?
Because the man did nothing wrong. The people say it's not a problem. Why should the person be arrested? The arrest can be done based on the motive. They feel like the man is one of theirs, and they make him hug the president. He just did it the wrong way, and the people don't have a problem with it. We shouldn't have a problem with it.
So they make him hug the president. No,
they make him hug the president. And the man called it. If he says it, me. I just went there. I was so happy to go hug my president. There's not any problem. President don't got problem with it. The security don't got problem with it. Why would he got problem with it?
Wow.
They're fine. Yeah.
Wow.
In under normal circumstances, it would look bad. But if nobody put their hand on the president, like now the man was just hugging the president. He just did it from the back.
Wow. Anyway, let's get to other issues. Like I said, I stand. It's unacceptable. It is wrong. And that person should be apprehended. And that person should face justice to serve as a deterrent. That is my honest view on this. It was wrong. It should never have happened. It shouldn't be repeated. I don't care what kind of zealous supporter you are. If you follow the protocol and you go and shake the president here or whatever it is, that's a different thing. But coming from the back to put him in a chokehold, it's unacceptable.
What happened, my man? The man no chokehold. The man went to hug the president and the president liked it. The supporter didn't like it. The man who would be guiding the president, they happy. Nobody complaining. What is your problem?
No, it was wrong. But let me get to other issue.
Yeah, get the real issue, man. Forget about that thing.
Now that we've laid this part of it down, I want to talk about the part of the 7 days. First of all, I'm disappointed in the Unity Party. I'm disappointed in them. All the big mouth they made, all the disrespect, insult they gave to CDC, how they were incompetent. And all of us told the CDC that they were incompetent, inept, they were unprepared for governance and so forth. Only for the Unity Party to show worse today. They are worse than what we saw. And this, people might think people hate people or people don't like people, that's why they are saying this. But this could further create problems even for the proper running of the government or the functioning of the government. Mr. Kane, it could be delayed. What is holding them from appointing people? I thought they already had everything figured out. Joseph Boakai come to the presidency with experience. This, like you said earlier, this is not a rookie. He comes to the presidency with experience, but not only that, he was vice president, so he knows the different ministries to the tip of his finger. What is wrong? Even if you had an alliance or whatever it is, there are people you already know. All of these hold back on the appointments will create problems for the government. Let me say it again, for the running of the government, the effectiveness and so forth. We are saying it today again, so please don't forget us because we are pointing it out the same way how we pointed out the money benefit issue from the beginning. You did a wrong job. You started it. Look, the player know the Unity Party is dead upon arrival. It's the way they even manage their own inauguration. The way they went about it. Look, and then they're passing around shifting blame. I hope in this whole nomination, you don't put blame on nobody because we're telling you now that it is embarrassing, it is shameful, it is disgraceful. What is the whole? What's going on? What's going on? But that's not only the point, Mr. Kane. That's not only my disappointment in the United Party and President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Here is part of my disappointment. Joseph Yuma Boakai on inauguration day in the United Party disgraced Liberia. His first day in office, brushing and disgrace on Liberia. His equal or his friend, what they on the same age, Prince Johnson wearing a church and made fun out of him on it. You know, when we say these things, people get vexed. But maybe God will not bless Prince Johnson for making fun out of the puppy. Yeah, because they can say it to us. Maybe God will not bless him. But that's not only the issue, Mr. Kenneth. That's not only the issue. Joseph
Prince Johnson is a pastor. Prince Johnson closer to God and you, my man. Prince Johnson talk to God directly.
Okay, no problem. Let me move on because the other
Prince Johnson will be blessed. The man closer to God.
But let's move on. Let's move on because you want to bring love in the conversation. But Mr. Kenneth, the president's first national address, apart from the speech that he gave on his inauguration, the first address to the nation to put out his plans, put out the challenges, and so forth. The entire thing come out questionable. There are two major questions that are raised now, and maybe I will let Monk to read just a piece of something that we expand on Friday. Mr. Kane, do you know Centel, the same Centel that indicted Jeremiah Kuhn, that indicted Sir Joseph, and that indicted Endos? They can call him pastor. I don't call him pastor. He's a representative. The pastor that beat Henry Costa in District 6. Mm-hmm. They call him Endos. The last name is Endos. I don't call him pastor.
Reverend Samuel Endos.
Samuel. The person is Samuel.
Reverend Samuel Endos.
Okay, you can call him Reverend. I don't get a problem with that. I'm not calling him Reverend. Samuel Endos, Representative Samuel Endos from District 6, who beat Henry Costa.
I observe you always against our Reverend.
No, I get the
Reverend Luther Capel.
Let me just say that
Reverend Prince Johnson, Reverend Blyu, all our Reverend against them.
Those
I observe the guy. Me always against our Reverend.
Yeah, but so quickly, any title of Reverend, that means that person belongs to the Baptist. So anytime we hear the word Reverend, you get me? When you hear the word Reverend, he knows. Yeah. So maybe apart from Bishop,
Reverend Samuel Ennis.
Yes.
Samuel
yes,
Ennis.
Indeed.
Yeah. Samuel Ennis, and for the record, who beat Costa in District 2017 election. Centel, which is the Center for Transparency, Accountability International in Liberia. Mr. Kane, the same thing we flag on here. Can you imagine? We don't even know the person, the executive director, who is in charge. And mind you, These people work directly with the international government, with the international community. Mr. Kane, these people are raising serious red flags that was reported from Daily Observer on Jose Yuma Bwaka's speech. Two things they raise a red flag on. The first thing is the omission or the taking out of the World Economic Crimes Court part of the speech.
Yes. Oh, something was omitted? Something was taken out?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So you talk about that yesterday. It says it's possible. So
yes,
wow.
It is confirmed. It is confirmed that it was omitted apparently because Joseph Barker was afraid of Tom Johnson or is afraid of Tom Johnson. Remember, I made mention of that. I said Joseph Barker deliberately omitted that part.
Yeah, I say it could be a coincidence.
And I say it's not coincidental.
Yeah.
So that was raised. That flag was raised. The other part of the red flag that is being raised is the issue of 200.5 million versus 40 million, the conversation that we've been having. So I can say to the Liberian people and to the world that the Unity Party and Joseph Parker started disastrously, miserably, and I'm very concerned as to how they are going to proceed. You cannot, as a government, I'll say again, be on the defensive. No, that's not how it works. Government can be on defensive. But like I said, we'll read that report from Daily Observer on Friday, and we'll present it to the Liberian people because it's international partners, credible institutions start raising the kind of concern about you. It's not a good thing. It's too early for this. So
thank you, Steve.
That's what I want to start.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I made an announcement earlier on. Those of you who are not here, we need to buy some stuff, 2 cell phones and a laptop in Liberia. If you're in Liberia, you have laptop or cell phone, please let us know who to pick it up. If not, those of you that are watching us, we want to encourage you to contribute to SKTV so we can get those things to our reporters in Liberia. And those guys, they do well for us, to be honest. If I had it, to be honest, I wouldn't even tell you guys to do anything. I would have just done it. But yet, one person sent us $40 earlier on. That was even before we made the announcement about the contribution. So please, if you have anything to contribute to us towards that, we're going to buy 2 cell phones and a laptop. I don't know, whatever you can do towards it. If you're in Liberia, you got a cell phone there, you don't want to give it to us, we'll take it. You got a laptop, we want to give it to us, we'll take it. But if you're also around here and you want to support us, please do not hesitate to do that. Melbourne, before we go to Melbourne though, Brazil, when you got anything to say, because I want to go to Liberia, I want to hear what the people think.
I think you can switch over to Liberia so we can get a view and perspective of our people.
Yeah, Melbourne, let's talk to our people, man. Let them tell us, man, what do they think about the first 7 days or the first week of Joseph Nima Bwaka's presidency?
All right.
Want to hear from them.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So that's just so magnificent. So to all of you that have been following us, you just listened. And this is the program, the SKTV, right here on Truth FM. So you can now call in to be part of the program on 0778 339682. Again, 0778 339682. That's the number to call for you to be part. And please just be brief. And yeah, we don't want you.
Yeah, maybe 30 seconds.
Yep. Yes, you don't call all of your title because when you title, you don't want to even carry it anymore. So just go straight to the point. 0778 339682. Let me get to this caller. Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Good. Go ahead, man. All right. So, to this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you. This is brother William Carvey, and I joined this conversation.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
What the currency about Joseph Nima Bwaka government is services. Why
Hello, so quickly. So how's the power energy, or in fact, how's the energy sector? How's the electricity? How's the water? That is I just call. I know I'm going to get back to her. If I may ask her as to where she getting her water from. No, man. That means
maybe I don't think you should question them when they say their opinion. Whatever they say, they are happy.
So to this call, what evening?
They are happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm Anthony Selman, and I call from JNB for the precise. Yeah, looking at the first 7 days in office by the Union Party government under its official of President Joseph Iwaka, I think they have done immense help and contribution towards the society. Because looking at the operation of the government, most especially those credible people that have been nominated and confirmed by this government, I believe that under their watch, the government will move forward.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So to Emmanuel Sano. Emmanuel, hello, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Emmanuel Sano, Chief for the Skitutis and Niho. Yeah, this is welcome back to Uncle Seku and Kevin, also to the other to the guest. Yeah, since Honorable Baka, President Baka took over up to now, we haven't heard anything of taking action on a party chairman who allegedly took money from 3,000 for only 300,000. Up to now, there's no account. The party chairman told her to go down sponsor the nation before the president get instead of the nation, they go money. Up to now, I think there's no report. So we want to go back and take action on the party chairman. And up to now, our representative said, going to declare up to now, no action, no report of the other declaration. So we want to go back and President Barrow to the report. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So let me get to Pascal Davis. Pascal, good evening. Hello. Yeah, Pascal Davis, you are live.
Thank you so kindly.
Yeah, 7 days or 1 week.
Yeah, so we are into it. Maybe we have never had expectation. For me, even after 5 years, we'll be here saying the same thing. The thing that shocked me is that the educational minister designate, I just asked that Mr. Walker allow the government to continue on the free was payment. I don't know whether you follow that. I mean, that was something she said and suggested to the president. But these were things that they criticized on yesterday. They said the payment of wine and tuitions at the university and all of this, it wasn't okay. That parents should be left alone to do this payment. Even by the end of the Unity Party, they sang song with these things that, I mean, they don't want free tuition. They don't want free work. These were things that they said wasn't good on a just regime. I don't know why you will even be calling for these kinds of things. You see, this is the saddest thing about country. Like one person called and said 10 million has gone to 20 million. See how pathetic and ignorant that guy has come to market himself. But I mean, maybe for us, I mean, this is the simple one will say, I mean, I don't know the kind of people in the country, but this is our country. No matter what we do, we'll continue to remain like bro. But it is sad. I mean, we need to end. Our expectation for us is now have the cameras there. We've been able to manage our expectation because absolutely there's nothing new anybody is bringing here. Absolutely, there's nothing.
All right. So 077-833-9682 to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, man, but go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, I think in 7 days' time, the country has been relatively peaceful. The country has been fine. And for some of us, we feel excited that His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Walker is the President of the Republic of Liberia. You can see the wave of changes coming. For we say that in just a 7 days time, we expect that city that looted this country, defeated every aspect of this country, that Ambassador Joseph Niman Boakai will just face everything in 7 days time. You see, so I think that will be from the belly of the devil. You see, Joseph Niman Boakai will straighten all things in the country, will put things in the right, perspective. So we are hopeful. We are hopeful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. We are hopeful. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, your name and for where you join us.
My name is Vivian Sode. I'm calling from the Mount Matthew here.
Okay, go ahead, Vivian.
Yeah. I said when the president will not hear nothing about the war ground food. And the war ground food is protecting.
So are you satisfied with the 7-day performance?
Leading to the president, so please make the war ground food in the airport on the ground.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, big man?
Yeah, go ahead, chief, your name and for where you join us.
Yeah, I'm joining you from being you from the faculty Wasonga to be precise.
Go ahead.
Some of the things that I will tell you clearly that we have seen the 7 days of the government. Now, for that again.
From Lofa County, you are joining us from Lofa County, am I correct?
Yeah. Wasonga.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, from Wasonga, where my grandpa took work from. I'm telling you today, this, I want you to mark this. We put that inside it. Because nothing we see today, but so don't let them go, we take it, some government, there's something to whether that's going to go back. In fact, we are not against corruption in the country, we are against the person that doing the corruption. So long we let you back and some of us, then it's dead to it. Particularly now, all men were talking, saying, mini, that why you get all of countries developing, senior, but telling your company developing all the stuff and that, infrastructure and all that stuff, then you talking about mini. So, now, they will not see the bad thing. My uncle, I mean, my grandma, forget that thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we want to free calls. Then I'll promise soft. Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead, your name and for where you join us.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. That is our David Samuel. I'm getting from Kabuka City, Komodoko, Ominga Market.
Okay, 7 days. What the maybe
He's
observation? Or are you certified? And the US rate right now is 194. Am I correct? No, the US rate. I'm saying that the US rate is around 194 and 195. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So today's caller, good evening. Hello? All right. Maybe you are sleeping. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, we are great. We thank God. We'll go ahead quickly. Your name and for where you join us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, we bless God for the president we have today. He can just come once and then he's just happy with playing bottom. And then, for my own concern, what I want to the power of God, our president need to do. My recommendation to the economic worker code to sound, because if this not happening, then which we will not get investors coming in the country here. because what this is where they are scared, they be a sort of those people that in the threatening our peace. Because the concerning what people are saying is just that the public is no corruption speech, so I read to you have to tell economic worker code, you got stuck. Yeah. Any contact again said that when people are wishing to see area again, when you have to speak of economic worker code, you speak in John way. So I'm on the recommendation there to the government because if this thing happens, if you do anything, go justify yourself. But then you go threaten people and then giving some threatening remarks, there's not war country again. There's not war country. Hello, neighbor.
Yes, yeah, we are there. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is not war country. Thank you so much. We'll take one or two more calls, then we'll call over to Steve, Sekou, and other business mark. To this caller, good evening. Hello, go ahead. All right, so to this caller, good evening. Hello, Chief. Your name and where you join us? Okay, quickly, no time. Go ahead. Tomo Fala. Okay, we really want to know why. So let me go quickly to TAF Foundation CEO Orlando. Orlando, good evening. Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead quickly. No time.
It is so saddening to hear our young brothers talking about UN race 194. You regretting why president we are not to leave power. 8 young people of that period. Do you know that we have
But
country in our hands?
Oh,
yeah, let me get you the time. What you want to ask?
No, go ahead because it is a right though to say what you want to say. But it's still about the same thing. So where's the argument there, Orlando? Where's the argument? Because he's saying that, in fact, he wants Jola Jimabuaka to even drop the rate to maybe about around 150 or maybe around 100. Okay, so that goes to the 7 days, Orlando. Forget about that. But that goes to the 7 days. So what's the vision for the 7 days? Quickly before they leave of you. Nearly 2 months now. Nearly 2 months now. Someone want to ask you, Orlando. Nearly 2 months now. What you been waiting for? 2 months ago. 2 months. 2 months, Orlando. 2 months now. Orlando, 2 months. All right. Thank you, Orlando Blambo. It got 2 months since, in fact, Honorable Jota Jimambara was declared president. Yeah. So Sekou, Steve, and other business monk, we're back. We have roughly about 5 more minutes to go.
Yeah. So I'll go to Steve and Brazilian monk. What is your reaction from what we heard from the people, Steve?
Let me give my closing reaction. I want to say, first thing is, I want to say, it's speak for the Liberian people. I want to say that. It's speak for them. You want them, you see them. I want to say that. And I also want to remind them.
I don't know what's coming from Monk. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I also want to remind the Liberian people that Jesus not coming to save you. God not coming to save you. You will enjoy the decision that you made. You will enjoy it. That's the first thing I want to say. On my closing statement, hope is not a strategy, and the mom will say. Hope is not a strategy. And those of you who are saying the government not take CDS, you are liars or you are ignorant. You don't know what you're talking. The government not take CDS. Joseph Boagala president. And for those of you who are disappointed, who are frustrated, who that only 1 week you disappointed. You're not even disappointed. You think the weird thing not even start you talking about disappointed. You enjoy what you sign up for. We were on SKTV telling you to not go that way, you're costing us. So guess what? We here, we agree. In fact, I want to tell you, my government, if you let them, don't even appoint people to next year. Don't worry. After another soda, they appoint people. I agree with you, Mr. President. I stand with you, and let's make it happen. Let the rescue train be moving slow. Like it there.
All right, thank you. Brother Monk.
Yes, Sekou.
What is your takeaway from the callers?
Well, I think you just get as a confirmation from the callers about the sentiment that's on ground. Sometimes I can wonder why we practice democracy, because it's like the vast majority of the people in that country does not understand what democracy is, and it just pain your heart, and it just sucks the energy from your body when you listen to our people on how they play, how they defend the indefensible. It just mind-boggling and it's heartbreaking. Let me tell you something. The poor, I mean, you can hope all you want and saying that, oh, the government needs time, but our people say if the Christmas was be good, you would tell from the eve. The poor inaugural planning and the blame shifting, he doesn't need to take to be 100 days in office to plan an inauguration. There were funds that were unaccounted for from the various congressional districts. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that you don't have to be in power to understand the stuff. We're talking about discrepancy in the reserve of the budget from the central bank. Not only that, we're talking about the fear factor that a guy like Prince Johnson is playing that forced Joseph Boaga to make issue of the war crimes code from his inaugural, from the State of the Union address. We're talking about Boaga punting his role to senators to be the one to appoint cabinet members of his administration. He does not need a rocket scientist for that. You're talking about a bunch of sanctioned criminals that are not only back in power, but they are going to be heading committees that will be holding the executive accountable. So you can play all you want. At the end of the day, the dust will settle and you will see it. We don't need time. You can tell already what is going to happen because it was predictable and you are seeing it. So you can get into your wishful thinking and your blind optimism and playing the partisan politics. At the end of the day, the writing signs, they are all on the wall. They are visible. They are in bold print for even a blind man to see. So to your callers out there, to the people in Liberia, Moses said it right, and I always say, yeah, hope is not a strategy. Success and failure are predictable. You can see them happen. And I would tell people in Liberia, the average lifespan in Liberia is 68 years of age. If you are above the age of 30, work on yourself, work on your case, work on your family. If you think Liberia is going to get better as a nation, you are wasting your time. The people are not ready. They are the one that are incentivizing those criminals to treat them the way how they want to be treated. So there is nobody to be blamed here because the lack of Elliot Tyler and the Biotuari and the Magio, they just never walked into the Senate. It were the very same people who are responding on the phone, on the radio, are the one that sent them there. So in a democracy, if the people who making those choices cannot make better decisions for themselves, how do you expect a country to make progress? So you can get case Liberia go by in your lifetime, in my lifetime. I will not see a better Liberia, and that's just the reality. Sekou.
Thank you so much. Let's go to Melbourne. We are about to leave the radio now. Melbourne, anything else before we leave? Melbourne, do you have anything to add before we leave? I hope Melbourne is hearing us. Okay. I think Melbourne is not hearing us. Melbourne, can you hear me? I think Melbourne, maybe they are now on the radio. So yes, we asked that we asked you guys to support. I think one person sent us $25. So I want to say thank you to that person. Towards the cell phone thing, trying to do. We need 2 cell phones actually. So like I said, if you're in Liberia, there you have a cell phone, want to give it to us or a laptop, just let us know. We'll send Saros to go and pick it up. We need 2 cell phones for our reporters in Liberia. and we need it ASAP. So we're gonna have one person that send us $25 for now. But before we announce it, one regular supporter send us $40 before that. So yes, I want to say thank you to all of you for following and for supporting SKTV. So as we speak, we have people watching on YouTube, and I just want to see what's going on YouTube. Yeah, we have about 100 people on YouTube. That's good. So I want to say thank you to all of you. If you have not actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. SKTV YouTube channel, please subscribe to it. You can watch us on your big screen on YouTube if you want to. Nowadays, everybody have some kind of a smart TV. So going back to what we're discussing, if you are worried about the people that are confirming, that they are confirming right now to serve in key government positions, if you really worry about them, what about the people confirming them? Prince Moi, George Weah was removed because they said George Weah was corrupt. But all the thing that was passed under Weah government, Prince Moi signed up for it. He received all the money that other people receive. He was, in fact, the co-chair. He was the deputy speaker. Now you're having McGill on the Ways and Means and Budget Committee. The former president pro tem, Abachi, who you saw on that committee, he the one, all the money that went through the corruption that happened under George Weah government in the Senate. He was the leader of the Senate. Now he is on the committee, Ways and Means and Finance. What do you expect? Edwin Snow on the committee. Sometimes some of these people, sometimes when we call them to invite them to come and talk to us and talk to the Liberian people on SKTV, they be like, oh, you people already indicted us. You people already, render judgment against us. You people already against us. So we can come to your platform. Let me say this. Whether you come to our platform or you don't come to our platform, we'll tell the Liberian people the truth. Whether you accept our invitation or not, we'll tell the Liberian people the truth. So just get used to it. And we know, let me see here. Yeah, another person, thank you so much. They said they want to remain anonymous. Another person said $50. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. The person said they want to remain anonymous. Somebody else sent us $50 towards the fund we're trying to raise right now to get the 2 cell phones and the laptop in Liberia. So like I say again, if you don't have cash, if you have a laptop over there, let us know. We need more than one, but urgently we need one laptop in Liberia. We need more than one. If you get more than one, we'll take it. All you do, just let me know. I will send Cyrus to go get it. If we're going to be electing people based on who know you, on tribe, on county, and expect the country to change, then we are joking. You know, let me drink the coffee first. You know, when I saw the way the when I saw the way the leadership of the Senate was formed, I knew that we are up for a serious problem. People never had election. It was all gentleman agreement, wherein people were promised position, committee that they're going to serve on if they vote, if they support the agreement that they had. So people are not being appointed in those positions because they qualify, because of expertise, because of experience or whatsoever. People are given those positions because they work together to divide the position among themselves before even, the Senate started working. So bottom line is, if you ask me about the performance of Joseph Mobaka government, I think they are doing poorly. After Baka was elected 2 months ago, on the 14th of November, and he was declared winner few days later, to tell me that Boakai could not have formed a government. And don't tell me the man was sick. No, we said the man is okay. Nothing happened to the man. Everything was okay with him. And even if he was sick, let's see. Okay. Samson we are one of our reporters say his birthday is on the 2nd of February. Happy pre-birthday to you, my brother. We will definitely celebrate your birthday here on that day. Please remind us. We will definitely do that. And thank you for everything you're doing over there. So yes, my people, every day we do data for our people. That one we can go talk to you every day about it. Whatever we can get, we'll do it. Every day, people using data to go everywhere to bring you all those information. We'll do our best on that line. But if they go out of phone now, data can go in the phone. So we need 2 cell phones right now. So please contribute towards the cell phone thing, so that we can get them cell phone at least. But today is what? Today is Wednesday. At least by Friday, we can be able to get those 2 cell phones in the laptop. So, President Monk, my man, you see the people over there sitting comfortably, even under sanction. And American government, when they sanction the people, they said, whether a government, institution, or individual, that you should not do business with the people that they supposed sanction on. That if you do, you yourself will be taking the risk of being sanctioned. Do you think America can sanction Liberia because of Liberian deciding to elect these sanctioned officials, and not only that, they are serving on key committees that shift the direction of our country?
They can do it in so many different ways. They got a lot of tools at their disposal to do it. They may not announce it as you're saying it, but there are so many tools that they could use, whether it's economic, whether it's economic package, whether it's aid, whether it's support to the military and other non-governmental organizations. There are a range of resources they can use at their disposal. Because at this stage, it's just like you putting your water in a leaking bucket. That's just why it is. The people who are making these choices, they could care less. It's almost like they're showing the middle finger to America, that we could, not only America, but the entire international community and our international partner, that we don't care. We like the way things going here. We want to keep it that way. And we insist that we keep it that way. So you could come up with your sanctions and make us afraid, but at the end of the day, this is what we want. This is what we sign up for. And there is nothing you can do about it. So I know at a certain point in time, the international community will take a deep assessment and be like, this is what we are going to do. So good. You know, I said it before, our people, they are not victims, they are accomplices, and you just heard them calling from back home and their analysis on things that's happening. So what can you do with an international partner? You cannot cry more than the bereaved. Maybe some kind of a tough economic sanction might be the one that will fundamentally transform the country in terms of how people make choices. But until it can be felt, I don't think anything is going to change. So whether you're a Liberian on the ground, whether you're Liberian in the diaspora, whether you're Liberian that wants something better, we are all losers. That's how I would say it. That's how I would term it, because they think it's about election. It's not like somebody making an appointment or imposing. There's an election that every 6 years you have an opportunity to change your country's future, to change the trajectory of the country. But every time it seems like our people go the complete opposite route. So why is that to argue about? So even for people overseas that keep, it must sound radical, but it's the reality. Look, Sekou, we are experiencing the worst, how they call this, inflation in 40 years in America. People work their tails off here just to take care of their people back home, their relative, their school fee, their medical bill, their feeding and everything. And people here are hoping that one day we can get a better government that will alleviate the economic pressure and pain from people in the diaspora, because the vast majority of Liberians are not employed. They all depend on people overseas. That is why the remittances is even higher than the revenue that the government can generate every year in Liberia. How do you think that's happening? But you go, when election time comes, those people will look at you and thumb their finger in your face and be like, you know what, we're going with these same criminals. At what stage are you going to call it quit? At what stage are you going to call it quit? You see, one of the fundamental reasons Joseph Boakai was elected is not only because of a political experience. We believe in, we have a patriarchal kind of a society where people believe in older people traditionally. It's one of the reasons people elected Joseph Boakai. And Joseph Boakai has crowned himself with this title of somebody who is transparent, somebody who has clean hands. One of the two things people expected from Joseph Boakai during that inaugural, the State of the Union address, it was the issue of war crimes code and this issue of accountability. George Wright used sketching means to bamboozle our Liberian people when it came to asset declaration. It was one of the things I expected from Joseph Boakai, asset declaration in war crimes code. And guess what? The first thing he said, he and his vice president will be the first to take a drug test. I said the paper full of choke. We all know you cannot take drugs. How does taking a drug test help any Liberian? We want to see line by line out of your assets before taking office in the name of transparency.
So hold on. So he didn't do that. He hasn't done it yet, because he said in Washington D.C. on viewer, he said he's going to be doing it before he said
it. He said it, but he's yet to do it. That's why I expected.
What is he waiting for?
I don't know. That's why I expected from the State of the Union address. But in fact, he said he and Jeremiah Come will be taking a drug test. Now, like,
who cares about drug test? We know they're not taking drugs.
Prince Johnson, I told you, Prince Johnson is a master tactician. He always engaged into psychological warfare. When Prince Johnson said that message from his church just a couple of days before Boakai gave his State of the Union address, he was sending a message to Joseph Boakai, said, don't even go there, don't even try. And exactly what he predicted, or what he tried to insinuate, that exactly what Boakai did. He never said a single word on the issue of war and economic crimes code. So the people, like I said, who waiting for something miraculous to happen in the name of hope, I don't know which planet you are living on, because it's not going to happen. And you can see it happening already. You can see everything. It's just out there for you to see and put the pieces together. Because even the Yeke Koluba that was a diehard supporter of Joseph Boakai, Yeke is not just an honorary supporter. Yeke and Boakai comes from the same county. He supported Joseph Boakai. He believed in Joseph Boakai. But if Yeke can be the first person to raise the red flag based on what he's saying, I don't know, you guys that have opposite views, I don't know what you are saying that Yeke is not saying. And all indicators are pointing to that fact that Joseph Boakai won't be ready for prime time because I stated that whole thing about asset declaration. You want to project yourself to be better than Georgia. If Georgia is going to use a bypass medium to declare his asset, that was the first thing I was looking for in that speech. As the chief executive and the man who crowned himself to be Mr. Transparent or clean hands to be the one that I will declare my asset. I will be the first one to lead the way. But in fact, he's talking about taking a drug test for Kush. You know, it's a joke.
What? But who ever imagined that Joseph Boakai can take drugs? Nobody even said that. Nobody ever imagined that. That's not possible. We know Joseph Boakai cannot take a drug. I mean, he doesn't take drugs. He's not drug. He's not anybody closer to drugs. So maybe just setting an example to say, okay, I will do. And this is also another way too of they're trying to limit certain people. You know, Joseph Boakai, I think Joseph Boakai is a smart politician, but we just want the smartness now to actually pay dividend when it comes to delivering people. But yes, we just hit the 2 hours mark. So yes, a few people, somebody they spend $15 each on Zelle and a Cash App, $15 that added to the previous ones. Want to say thank you. We appreciate it, and we want you to continue to support SKTV financially and morally by sharing our show, by following SKTV platform, by subscribing to our YouTube channel as well as Facebook channel. I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to follow SKTV. And those of you who contributed, I want to say thank you. If you haven't done so, please try to contribute to SKTV. So again, okay, I was about to leave now. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you so much, bro. I'm coming from right now in Shadow, listening. I'm calling you.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. It looks so funny. We know that Joseph Boakai taking drugs because all the drugs are pumping in him. It's a push. It's not because they give you drugs every time to be strong. You know that? So, I don't know what drugs they're talking about. Even the push they're taking, they give it to you in your hospital. But the way they give you, the way the children taking it, is just different from Joseph Boakai. But Joseph Boakai takes drugs every day to be strong. So when you go for drugs, there's some drugs on him. So I don't know which one was drugs he want to go. I don't know talking on drugs he's talking about or which one he's talking about. So I don't know. Yeah. So you're talking about drugs. If you go to hospital every time he's taking drugs, they give you drugs to relax. The same push the children can take. If you take it, they give it in the hospital for you to sleep. That's why you can see the children as they take it, they can't stand, they can be, knocking, falling down. So he takes that thing drug.
Wow. All right. I didn't know about that, but thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I mean, I want a different news. Sekou Dukle, how are you?
Yeah, Mr. Turner, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine. I did give something for the team on the ground. I think did you see it? We're talking about so yeah, you mentioned my name.
Today?
But
Today?
Yesterday, the team was just talking about the announcement just made. I was the one, but I didn't put the name down. But now the issue, I want to tell you something that really disappointed in our people, how they do their own judgment when it comes to integrity people to lead us as a government, as a people. I look at Mate, who been sanctioned, he can't go out to lobby on behalf of government. I see him preside in the Senate talking about, calling the minister to come and take oath for ministry of education. Somebody who the government, they make you clear, they tell you, say this man is corrupt. You should not do no business with this man. But that man sitting there in the Senate, telling minister proper to come take oath. Are we really serious as a country? And today, I mean, yesterday at the UMU, there was something that happened to the president. For me, they had to be for the security for our president. For that kind of thing that happened yesterday at the graduation. My own recommendation to security. If we really want our country to be better, let us protect the first person, that's the president and any other person in the country. But if we not take security serious, Liberia will continue to be behind time with everything. So let's all look at security and also more look at integrity. People who have integrity, they should lead us. It's not difficult to bring people with integrity. They are among us. Let's stop when people say this person corrupt and we bring them to power. It's a problem. The problem, seriously.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so yeah, we saw the I saw the $15 that you sent to the Zelle. So that $15 I was talking about, I didn't know who sent it, but thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
No problem, but I will continue to support SKTV for your information you share with us. We disagree and agree, but we all want the betterment of our country. We
Sure.
decide for the best people to lead us. Otherwise, we're not going nowhere. If you make criminal a leader, that country will not function. If you bring the right people, it will go forward with all the minerals we got, all the resources we got. With our country will be developed. But once we not bring the right people, we'll still be the same.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So I just saw somebody saying, oh, you know, the man just took power in 7 days. You people want you to do everything. You people are ridiculous. I think something wrong with you, the person that really wrote that. Something terrible, something very, very terrible wrong with you. You need to go check your brain. Because we are not saying that Joseph Boakai should do everything. We are only asking the Liberian people whether they are satisfied with his first week performance. Even if it's 1 day, your first day at work, they can do assessment. People want to know how well you perform, the first impression, how well you do. Even when you build a new relationship, somebody take you for a date. They want to know your first impression, how you perform. You're going to be the guy who will take the woman to the restaurant and expect the woman to pay? Or you're going to be the guy who will take over? Or you're going to be a guy who will just be posting, talking about himself? Or you're going to be a guy who can carry on nice and beautiful conversation? Or you're going to be a guy who's going to be talking about his ex? Women will do that evaluation. That first day is called first impression. So because you support Joseph Boakai, nobody should talk anything about Joseph Boakai. You are the one that is very, very much ridiculous, confused, and absent-minded. Because of your support for Joseph Boakai, you are so consumed and ignorant to the extent that you just don't know what you're doing. Evaluating somebody, even at 1 day, is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's like you are rating the person. If they are doing bad, so they can increase their effort to do good. If they are making mistakes, so they will go ahead and change the way they do things. If they are too slow, they will go at least add a little speed. If they're going too fast, they will slow down. They will make some adjustment. But simply because you support Joseph Boakai, you don't want anything negative to be said about Joseph Boakai. I'm sorry, but some of you will learn the hard way. You know nothing about politics. Your only problem is nobody should mention Joseph Boakai. Nobody should say anything negative. No. Joseph Boakai first day, people want to know how he performed. People say he made Labrador shame because he fell off. After denying that he's not sick, he fell off. Ellen were there, other people were there that are older than him. Nothing happened to them because he's not well. He fell off. That's why they shortened the other speech, which was good. That's what he could have done in the first time. Maybe the first time the man was speaking at the inauguration. So evaluating somebody's performance, whether it 1 day or 2 days, nothing wrong with it. In fact, after 90 days, there where we'll start to hold him responsible for the promises that he made on the campaign trail and during his inauguration. Things that he said he would do in the first 100 days. So after 3 months and 10 days, we will start to hold him accountable. But right now, we're not holding him accountable for anything. We're just asking people how they feel about his performance. And he's performing decimally for the fact that he was unable to form a government after being elected, knowing that he would be the next president for 2 months plus. And he even failed to at least to have appointed 30% of government officials. That is a failure. That's the failure at the door. So, President Monk, we are about to leave now. So, I mean, what do you make of the fact that some people don't also say anything? And even asking people what they think about Joseph Boakai first 1 week. I mean, what is their problem? What do you think? How do you think people how are they going to survive in the next 6 years? Because Joseph Boakai is going to be under the microscope.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, they remind me about sedition when George Weah first came to office. You know, they would play ignorant. They know exactly what's happening. They just won't accept the truth. Nobody expecting Joseph Boakai to start building roads and building hospitals.
Yeah.
We just talking about the basic thing that should have been in place before you can even walk into the Oval Office. That's what they call getting ready to start the run from day one. Getting running on day one. That's what we're talking about. There are certain things, whether it's about asset declaration, whether it's about talking about what you don't need time to come up with this thing, whether it's about getting a good chunk of the cabinet memo already set in place and ready to go. That's what we are talking about. Nobody said Joseph are going to build roads in 2 months or 1 month, or he's going to change Silver 7 pay. No, we know these things take time, but they are just signs that we are seeing that it's not going well. And you can tell, you know, when George Weah came, Sedition said, even though we got 2 terms limit, Sedition said they were giving George Weah 24 years, and then they subtracted 18 because it was the same old thing. When George Weah came up with this same idea, this same notion that he was untouchable, that he was celebrity, he can just do anything he wanted to, and he could get away with it. People were warning him, and his supporters were paying blind. They were ignoring those warning signs. It's the same thing you are seeing with Joseph Boakai. Is nothing different. When the COP made a recommendation or things that were going to be better for Weah administration, they rejected it. When people questioned his asset declaration, the means and the order in which he did it, they were all sugarcoating. When auditors were being killed, when people were raising their land, no, seditions were all here. They ignore the reality because they just cannot think past their feeling. That's what I'm telling you. Our democracy now has become a national security threat because when people cannot think more than they can feel, every time we keep making the mistake, the entire country will suffer. That's just why it is. So our own democracy now is like a national security risk and a threat to the existence of Liberia. That's just why it is. Because the vast majority of people just believe that everything is about politics. You cannot hold the one that you support. You cannot pull into a higher standard. You cannot question his movement. That's why I keep giving the Yeket example. Nobody supported Boakai more than Yeke Koluba. And you heard it from himself. He spent more resources than any other lawmaker in Liberia to get Joseph Boakai elected. But if he can raise an objection and raise the red flag, it tells you a lot that the way he's starting, it's not going well. That's just the reality. But thanks for the show. We'll do it again tomorrow, God willing.
Thank you, my brother. Inshallah, we'll be here tomorrow again. Yeah, so folks, I want to say thank you to all of you for following and sharing our show. And those of you, the few people that donated the $15, the $25, and the $40, I want to say thank you to you. We appreciate it. We look forward to everybody contributing before Friday. Let's try to get that those 2 cell phones and the laptop for our guys in Liberia. So to enable them to do their work efficiently, without any problem. At least, we have started and we get the first, we got the first, let me see here, $109. So, yeah, so I want to say thank you to all of you for donating. Those of you who did, we appreciate it. If you haven't done so, please, we want it. We need your support. Thank you very, very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. We love you all.